All right, welcome back, guys. All right, I just restarted OBS. We were having some connection issues, but I think we're all sorted now. Anyways, welcome back, guys. Yeah, let's just start stream. Let's just start stream now. I'm just gonna be mixing beats in front of you guys today, and yeah, just kind of getting some work done for my upcoming album, The Low Key Plan. So yeah, welcome on in. Hopefully you guys find your way back to the stream. Jesus. Let's just get mixing here. Let's listen through what we got. Alright, this is sounding like pretty well mixed, and now that I think about it, I did actually do quite a bit of mixing work on here. I grouped up pretty much all of these instruments. I put some LA2A compression on here just to kind of like give it a little bit more body. And then I added these side chains. That is, you know, taking signal from this up here, which is just the kick, I believe. Is this just the kick? What is this? Let's see where we're getting our signal from. It's from one TapDaddy. Oh, okay. I see. That's the signal that we're working with for the side chaining. All right, so I'll tell you guys what I want to do. I want to do a completely different approach to these drums and just see if there's a more satisfying sort of sound that we can pull out of this. This was kind of interesting, you know. It had some phasing on the sketch cassette, quite a bit of punch from, you know, this drum bus here. But I think that we might be able to do better than that, you know. So I'm going to duplicate these drums. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to duplicate these drums. Perfect. We're going to silence this top one, kind of setting that aside in case, you know, we decide that we don't want to do this. Let's take all of this. We're going to group it. So Command G, and you see, I can just group my stuff down here. And now let's see if I just turn this off, what does this sound like? Okay. Also, let's give ourselves a lot of room here. We're going to turn down the volume of a lot of this. Let's turn all of this down by like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Very quiet now, right? It's a good time to kind of like turn your volume up a little bit. Okay. And okay, so now we've got a max peak volume of like minus 6.7. That's not bad. Now we got a lot of room to work with. All right, so now I think what I want to do is let's beef up these drums. Let's try a different chain and we'll do kind of like an A/B test. Okay, so I'm kind of thinking like let's bust out like, I want to do kind of, you guys have probably seen me do this drum chain for a lot lately. Kind of like Decapitator from Sound Toys and maybe a little bit of Radiator as well. That sounds, you know, pretty cool. Oh, that's sounding cool already. Now let's introduce a little bit of radiator. This is like another type of saturator, basically. Okay. Now that we kind of got this extra crunchy, let's kind of pull back a little bit. Thinking I kind of like this. Now, what did I have on this this RC20? Did I have a little bit of okay, so I had a little bit of saturation here, and I also had a little tiny dash of reverb. It's really that reverb that I'm after. So I'm thinking, let's bring that RC20 over here into this other chain. And you see, we've already saturated this out, right? And we also don't need that noise. So let's turn off that distort. I'm literally just bringing this over for this little tiny splash of reverb, and we've even got the dry wet on RC20 set like pretty low, right? So it shouldn't be a lot. I'm hoping to just kind of open it up, give us a little bit more flavor, right? Let me just make sure that was the right RC20. Yep. Okay. Not bad. Now we're gonna do something kind of fun here where we're gonna like really compress this, and hopefully that's gonna cause like the drums to really punch through that reverb tail on that snare. We also had this sketch cassette over here, which was interesting. So basically, if we pull this over, then we're kind of swapping the Somatics Diablo, drum bus for Decapitator and Radiator, which I've just been really enjoying these a lot more on my drums. Okay, so this sounds a lot more muted now. Let's see what's going on in the sketch cassette. I know that we've got some phasing kind of stuff. I kind of like this just for that phasing kind of feel. But I don't know, this is giving a lot of stuff that I'm not a huge fan of. Like, it's kind of like... I don't know. It is kind of interesting having it more muted like that, but I think that we kind of want a little bit more intensity. Let's hear it compared to our other chain. So we're going to group these together, call that our chain 2. Okay. Okay, and then last thing is this LA2A we could bring over. So yeah, this LA2A is a compressor. We're gonna kind of, you know, gel this all together a little bit. Oh boy, it is struggling with all these plugins open. Okay, now let's actually set this EQ over here, because I remember I put that in there to kind of like give a little bit more boost. Oh wait, shit. Let's get rid of that. Let's set it right over here. Let's put this right before this. This might even do some interesting things in terms of the saturation. Might crunch a little bit more because we're giving it more signal in that low end. Just brightening it up a little bit. Okay, now a little bit of A/B testing. This just sounds a lot more flavorful. I like it. All right. I'm gonna turn down these drums a little bit. Now, I can't help but be a little bit curious as to like, okay, well, what if we saturated a little bit on this entire group? Just a tiny bit, just to add a little bit more flavor. See, what's kind of nice is like, so this track was already pretty well mixed when I got started on this, right? So right now we're kind of getting it more full and flavorful. You know, we were in a good spot to begin with. Now that's gonna just really muddy things up. And in fact, we might be able to pull back on this compressor a little bit. God, I wish I could see what I was doing with this compressor. I don't know, my Ableton does not work well while I'm live, honestly. Not for mixing anyways. I might have to rethink my approach to doing live mixing sessions, because this is kind of rough. All right. Well, we'll work with what we got here. No, I think I do like this compression. However, I will say that these chord chops feel a little bit strong. So that's very balanced to the left. Let's maybe move this piano a little bit over to the left. I feel like this is going to be a sick track once we get to mastering. You know, I think that we're going to be able to pull a lot of this vibrance forward. But I mean, damn, these drums are bumping a lot more. Yeah. I mean, shit, this track was already pretty well mixed. You guys will notice that it was like pretty well gain staged, pretty well spaced. And that's half the battle right there when it comes to when it comes to mixing. It's just the gain staging and the spacing of things, right? But yeah, I think pretty much all we did here was a little bit of adjustment of like, like the spacing of that piano. Mostly we just spent time like really redoing this whole effects chain. So I'm kind of thinking we can go ahead and get rid of this guy. We're not going to need him. So we've got this guy. God, this is such an epic track. I like this. All right, let's see if we can master this in this laggy mess. Jesus. All right. Let me pull out Shadow Hill. Okay. All right, let's get compressing a little bit. I'm not sure if I really want to go super hard on this compressor. I think I want to kind of treat it quite minimally. I can never tell with these platings, I swear I don't hear any difference when I switch over the platings for Okay, let's see where our max peak is at. Wow, -5. We're like super quiet right here. In fact, I'm kind of thinking in addition to this Shadow Hill, maybe we do a little dash of LA2A. If it's going to cooperate with us. I don't know. I've been really having trouble using this LA2A plugin while I'm live on stream because it's like the needle is frozen. It's, Ableton's struggling to keep up. All right. Let's wait for that to load in. There we go. Oh, yeah. sax solo. Okay, we'll keep an eye on this max peak volume and probably bring it up to like closer to 0. Cool. All right. Yeah, so that is minus 2.79. I'm just going to try to get this closer to 0. I don't need to get it exactly at 0 because Ozone's going to take care of that. But let's just kind of like put it up there a little bit. And really, we're going to listen through this, and I just want to make sure that we don't go over 0 dB, you know? Just kind of like lifting it up to the loudness that we need. So let's say that I'm gonna do like 2.5. Yeah, that should be fine. Let's jump back here and let's check it out. This is beautiful. Okay, so max peak is at minus 0.32. It's getting close. Minus 0.25. All right. Now let's pull out some ozone and just, we'll let it kind of generate something, but we're going to probably completely change it. We'll see. All right, ozone 9 elements. It's literally nothing too fancy here, but I like the maximizer on it, which is pretty great at getting things loud. So let's find a good spot to do this at. Maybe while we got everything going on there. All right, that seems fine. Let's have it generate something for us. not sure about that equalizer. It looks like it did something kind of wonky. It sounds a little wonky. Let's put that true peak up there. But then let's go look at this guy. I mean, I kind of agree with lifting it up here. I'm not sure I like it taking us down so much over here. Okay, that actually feels a little bit better there. It's kind of lifting a lot of that fuzz, but it's kind of good. It's giving us a lot of that rich texture. But yeah, somewhere around like 2000 hertz here, kind of lifting. That's kind of nice. Right, and then let's see kind of like how far we need to pull back on this maximizer. I'm going to get out a loudness analyzer. I'm going to grab Loudness Meter 2 by the Uline. It's a free plugin, by the way. Just kind of helps you measure your LUFS. I like it. It's pretty useful. And I'm trying to kind of land anywhere between like minus 10 LUFS and minus 8 LUFS. You know, somewhere thereof anyways. Let's kind of see where we're at here. Okay, we might already pretty much be there. In fact, let's do a full run of this. Let's bring it all the way to the beginning, because that's going to bring the LUFS down, you know, having the intro and all of these parts in between. But yeah, it looked like at about the loudest part, it was at minus 8.6 LUFS. I'm assuming that this is probably going to land somewhere around minus 9 LUFS, which would actually be very ideal. So let's just check it out and kind of see where we're landing with this. It's super compressed, I'm not going to lie, but it's I feel like that's kind of the vibe for this track. Yeah, very airy, very kind of ethereal, like, that's pretty good. Yeah, that is perfect. Minus 8.7 LUFS. That's sounding good. That's sounding really good. Hell yeah. Alright, well that's one down. I'll definitely have to listen to this off of stream though. I'm getting like a lot of kind of lagginess here. It's kind of hard to read all of these instruments. But I don't know. We're getting work done. We're making it work, you know? Yeah, let's save that and let's move on to the next track. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see. I'm going to move this guy down. This was song 878. I'm going to put this in my mixed songs, finished mixes. I've got a little sheet beside me that I'm like, I keep track of kind of like everything that needs to get mixed, and there's always more stuff that needs to get mixed. All right. Let's see. Do we want to do 876? Which one was 876? Not sure. Or wait, no. We'll see. Wait, we've got to let this load. You know, while this loads, I think I might grab a little bit of coffee. So while I'm off grabbing some coffee, enjoy some TapDaddyBeats. I'll be right back. I'll be 2 seconds. I'm gonna go heat up a little bit of coffee, and hopefully that'll be done saving by the time that we get back. All right, we are back with hot coffee. All right. Oh, perfect. Right in time for the end of Serendipity. Okay, let's dive back into Ableton. Let's see if this is done. Looks like it is. Cool. All right, let's open up 876 maybe. See which one that was. All right. See if we can knock out another one here. All right. And sample offline. Let's go replace those samples. I think it's just because I've been like organizing my samples. I just got to have it search through my sample folder first. All right, perfect. Now, let's give this a listen. Let's see what we're working with here. Damn, these drums are huge. Honestly, I like how snappy they are. They might just need to be brought down a little bit. It's gonna be another super compressed beat, I feel like. Yeah, and this honestly shouldn't be too hard to mix. This is mostly like a straightforward like sample flip. Looks like we've already done quite a bit of mixing here. Wow, that's pretty much all that's left over for this project, is like a lot of tracks that are mostly mixed. Yeah, in fact, I think really the only thing that we need to do here is get these drums under control. Okay, yeah, literally not much. This is going to be mostly a mastering stream, honestly, at this rate. But let's, I'm going to just turn my volume down a little bit. I'm going to bring these drums down. So I do have like a lot of OTT on this guy. That's where we're getting a very compressed feel. Let's bring over some of the side chaining onto this guy. Yeah, really just kind of making sure that this gets dressed into almost everything. Just kind of bringing this guy up a bit. Oh yeah, we also had this guy. Oh, that was, yeah, very textural, fluty kind of stuff. That's going to sound really good with this sidechain as well. Really, I want to kind of get everything uniform. All of these little details, you know, ideally what I want it to feel like is that it is really baked in to the rest of the sample material. So we've got this very uniformly, just like very compressed and very sidechained, making it feel very full, and then making these drums feel extra impactful using all of this sidechain compression. Let's hear that. Okay, and what was this little guy? Oh yeah, okay. Gotcha. I'm not sure if that needed to be there, but I'm not going to change it. It sounds good, actually. Okay, these strings. Oh yeah, these strings are definitely gonna need. See, and by having all of this sidechaining going on, that kind of allows us to tame down the drums a little bit, bring them a little bit down in volume, because they're gonna sound super impactful either way, right? All right, let's bring this back a little bit and let's see kind of like what our max peak volume is. So yeah, we're looking at this number right here, down this bottom right. Just making sure that that's under 1. And I kind of want to give myself a little bit of room here so that we can compress and raise the volume through compression. Yeah, you see that's peaking a little bit. But let's let it play out. Let's see by how much. Okay, so it was positive 0.24. Let's bring it down by like 4 decibels, giving ourselves a little bit of room to grow, you know? So yeah, I'm just highlighting all of these, and we're going to uniformly 2, 3, 4. Bring everything down by 4. And let's listen at a low listening volume. I'm turning my volume down, and I just want to hear if like anything's kind of poking out of this mix. God, these drums are still super massive. Oh, wait. I'm like, what is going on here? I had everything highlighted. Let's see. Let's bring that back up to, yeah, that's where it was at. Okay. Now, let's mess with these drums a little bit. Okay, jumping back over to our max peak volume. It's at -5 right now. Perfect. All right, let's just move on to the mastering. We're just flying through these today. Honestly, because a lot of these were like already pretty well mixed. I'll see if I can grab one next for this next one that is gonna be kind of a challenge. We'll see. Let's do kind of the same chain. Shadow Hill. Again, this is gonna be another one that's just like a pretty compressed. It's a pretty compressed mix. Really, we're going to introduce more compression in the master to kind of pull out even more body if we can. But really just kind of like making these drums gel even more with the rest of the track. So let's try this. Fact, I'm kind of thinking, let's turn that off. Let's actually bring the drums up a little bit now. Because I'm curious, this plus the compression might kind of like smooth that out. Yeah, okay, we're getting places. Kind of keeping tabs on our max peak volume. I'm not sure what difference these platings make, but I think steel sounds better. I don't know. Okay, and we got a max peak right now of -1.95. We're gonna try to like bring that up close to 0 and do the same trick where we're gonna bust out ozone, let it generate some nonsense, and probably change everything. I really just want to get that maximizer on there to kind of like drive it home. And if the maximizer isn't enough, then I like to kind of like put a limiter on the end of it and kind of shove the track forward into that limiter just a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Now let's get that utility plugin out. Ooh. Utility. There we go. All right. And we're going to maybe bring this up by 1.8, let's call it. Give ourselves a little bit, like we don't need to bring it up exact, because sometimes there's kind of anomalies that might push it a little bit, you know, by 1/10 of a decibel or something. Now let's just listen through this again, and just make sure that now that we've brought this up after that compressor, that this is still going to be below 0 dB. such a dramatic song. I love it. Boy, it's looking like we could crank that up by another decibel. That's strange. Yeah, why not? One more decibel. Okay, now let's make sure if we're really, for real, below 0 dB. We're trying to just narrow it down, you know, as close as we can to 0. But like I was saying earlier, we're going to let Ozone kind of like bring us the rest of the way. But I feel like it just works better if you get it in the ballpark. Oh, we're getting close. Yo, what's up, PBster? How you doing, dude? Welcome on in, man. How's your day going, man? You got here just in time for us to put the final master on this track. Sick, hell yeah, sick. God, I love that top string up there. It's so dramatic. I don't know, man. But yeah, I think the strategy from here is going to be like a little bit of ozone, and if the ozone isn't getting us to the lufts that we desire, then we're going to shove it a little bit further into a limiter. But I don't know, this sounds pretty intense, but yeah, I see PBster saying, not bad, chilling today. How's your day? I'm doing pretty good. We had a rocky start to the stream with like, I don't know, I had to restart stream because my connection was dog shit. But I think we're doing better now, so, you know. I think we're doing much better now. So, now that I've got my issues solved, having a pretty good day, you know. Let's get ozone. Ozone elements. Because, yeah, we're like minus 0.21 on our decibels. That's not bad on our max peak value. I think that we could just run this from the beginning. It's going to generate some bullshit. We're probably going to change a lot of it. We'll see. Woo, not bad. Let's go ahead and set this to true peak, ceiling, all the way to 0 dB. See what this EQ looks like. I don't disagree with this. Let's A/B test it. Yeah, I actually do like this EQ here. That's not bad. Let's bust out our loudness meter. Oh, it's gonna be such a dramatic point of this album. Oh yeah, we're up there, man. Really my ideal LUFS range that I'm trying to hit for this album, because I feel like really the strategy for like how loud should your music be, I mean, I think it kind of depends on the genre and it kind of depends on your preference, right? But I think that, if you're trying to master stuff for like an album that's all supposed to fit together, what I would recommend is kind of pick a range that makes sense for the project, right? And usually I might keep it around like about a 2 LUFS range, So the LUFS range that I'm looking for this album is somewhere typically between -10 LUFS and -8 LUFS, That way I can kind of feel rest assured that all of these tracks are going to be in the same ballpark of loudness with a little bit of room for variation, a little bit of room for some of the loud tracks to be loud and the quieter tracks to be more quiet and nuanced. And there might even be some outliers in there, but for the most part, that's kind of like what we're aiming for. So let's run this back to the beginning again. And let's see what our final LUFS value is for this track. I'm thinking it's going to be somewhere a little bit below -8. Let's check it out. Oh, it's actually a little bit quieter than I was expecting. We'll see as it gets through it, though. Hell yeah, thank you, P-Beaster. Oh, man. It's gonna be like a really, dramatic moment of this album. So I'm kind of thinking we might have room to pull back on this threshold a little bit. See if we can pull a little bit more out of this beat. It's settling in at about -9.2. In that range that I was just describing, -8 to -10 LUFS. I think this one might have to land a little bit on the higher side of that. It's just such an intense track, Okay. So now let's that should be pretty sick. Let's see where this is gonna land us. You can really see these drums are really popping up. Everything else sounds really intense because it's really compressed, but it's really those drums are the loudest thing in this. Let's pull this back a little bit more. We are -8 LUFS. And you'll notice the average dynamics is only 8.1 LU. Usually around there, I'm like hitting about, I would say about 10 LU is kind of like the average dynamics that I'm typically seeing in my mixes. But I kind of expect for it to have a lower loudness range, given how massively compressed this track is. So I think I'm feeling pretty satisfied with this. Let's save it. Let's listen again. And then let's see what else. I could probably fit in a third. All right, saving it. Whew, this is gonna be a good one. Alright, and I gotta pull up my list. See what else we're mixing down here. Thank you, PB Star. All right. Is it done saving? It's still thinking about it. All right. I feel like we've done enough super dramatic. We just did two super dramatic boom bap beats back to back. Let's go for a little bit more of a chill one. I think I've got one in store for you guys that's it's a super wholesome beat. You guys will see what I'm saying. It feels very I guess I would say wholesome in the same way that you might describe a new Jabez beat, very light and it'll be a good one. How far along are you on this album? So that's a good question. In fact, I'll show you my mixing schedule here. Let me show you. So I've actually got a lot of EPs in the work, and what we're working on today is my upcoming album, The Low Key Plan. So basically, I finished Last to Leave Earth. That's my next EP that's coming out. You can get a pre-save of this on my Spotify. I'll go ahead and just drop a link since I've got it for you guys. For whoever's curious, I don't know if you guys are trying to find the music. That's the next project that's going to come out. And this is kind of a fun one. It's very I guess triumphant kind of boom bap beats. It's going to be sick. And then I've got Sunrise Serenade. This is some very earthy kind of chill hop kind of stuff. I've finished the mix for all of the new tracks. That's going to be another I've got one left, but I can't mix it on stream because it's requires Ableton Live 12. So that is going to be coming out. That's going to be the next EP after that. And then the Low Key Plan is what I've got. Oh, hell yeah. That's what's up, PV Star. Glad I can send that off to you. And then really what we're working on today is the Low Key Plan. This is going to be a 26-track album, of which I've actually got a decent amount here. Some of the tracks on there are already released as singles, so those are mixed and just feeling good. I think that we're gonna. I've got this denoted as Other Ambrosia because it kind of reminds me of this other song that I've done. But yeah, I've got this 26-track album, and then if I have time, I've got an idea for kind of a silly. It's not so silly. It's just I've got a bunch of names for beats that I thought were unconventional that I'm gonna put in an EP called Snack Time for Turtles, and it's gonna be really awesome. What's up, Antonio? How's it going, dude? How's it going, man? But yeah. I got projects in the work, guys. I got so much stuff in the works. If you guys are trying to find the music, I am TapDaddy on Spotify. Yeah, this is me. So definitely go check it out. Go check it out. We got lots of good stuff on there. But anyways, let's get this next track loaded up. Let's get this next one. I think that was song 850 that we're going to pull up next. Let's see. And a lot of these beats were like already pretty well mixed. That's what's been helping me move pretty fast through today, you know? Which is great because, dude, I am just like flooded in mix work at the moment. In the middle of mixing down all these things, I've got quite a few clients that I'm mixing down for as well, which is always fun. I love working on other people's music too. Anyways, so yeah, 850 is the next one that we're going to try to mix down. Let's see. Did I have this in my recents? Am I going to have to go dig it out of hiding? It's looking like I'm going to have to go dig this one out of hiding. All right. Let's do it. Oh, man. Flying through these, honestly. I feel like the bigger bottleneck for me is stemming all of these out. Which, you know, usually I don't have to stem these out if I'm just planning on dropping the master, right? But all of my beats I like to make available on BeatStars for, you know, the way that I think about it is like, you know, I remember like I loved rhyming over so many like J Dilla beats and stuff like that, you know. I think that a lot of people that like to rhyme over beats that they are familiar with sometimes. And the reason why I like to put my whole discography on BeatStars is because I think it's cool that if you're a fan of my music, that there's like a tangible way to get permissions to these beats. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That's my thinking on it anyways. It's just like a lot of extra work stemming everything out, but you know, I don't mind it. Oh, can I do 850? Let's see, because I see I've got a Live 12 project for it. If not, I've got another one that we could open. Or we could get started on the Snack Time for Turtles EP. Yeah, but yeah, it is. We're putting in a lot of work, man. I've got big aspirations, man. I've got big aspirations. I wanna just flood my Spotify with some really dope discography, you know. All right. Yeah, I'm uncertain what I had in that Live 12 project file. I know what the demo sounds like, so we're gonna listen through the song and just see if this is pretty much what the demo was, or if we're gonna have to choose another one. We'll see. We got so much time left. I'm surprised. I've moved through 2 beats already. God damn. I think by the end of the week, so like I was planning on mixing down 4 tracks this week, 2 for clients and 2 for myself. But I already did one of my mixes on stream yesterday on my Twitch stream. And I just did 2 more mixes just now. So that's, you know, we're making big progress here. All right, let's see what state this is in. Okay. Nah, I appreciate you, PB sir. I feel like it helps me focus when I have an audience here, you know? I'm already hearing some things I'm going to want to change about this. Like, can you guys hear that fuzz on that piano? The OTT's a little bit much on that piano. But yeah, you guys might see what I mean by like it's kind of wholesome. It's very just kind of very feel good kind of chill hop stuff, you know? It makes me happy. Yeah, this sounds exactly like the demo. We're going to be able to work on this. Hell yeah. All right. So there's a lot that we're going to want to do here. First things first, this fade out right here. Oh, also, I'm so scattered. Oh, cool. Our max peak value is already under 0. That's good. We might bring it down a little bit more just to give ourselves some room to like bring things up, you know, if we need to bring something up. But yeah, I'm going to put a nice curvy fade out here. So we're going to go 1 dB. Then we're going to go 3 dB. And then we're going to go 6 dB. Yep. And then we're just going to let the rest do its thing. A little bit more of a full fade out there. And then we don't need anything else on the other side of that. Just kind of getting this project file prepped. Okay, cool. Cool. All right, now, there was immediately one thing that kind of stuck out to me. And, you know, just general mixing advice, I would really encourage you guys to not look for issues in your mix. And rather, I guess really the point I'm trying to make is let those issues stick out to you. You know, rather than zooming in and like, oh, are there any problems with my kick? You know, like, let those issues come to you, you know, just listen like a normal person. And like, for example, we're listening through this like a normal person. And what stuck out to me was the fuzz kind of kicked on, you know, in this section with this piano. Yeah, I'm sure you guys hear that. It's this OTT, I think. How would this sound without this OTT? I'm just curious. Yeah, so I remember the reason I put this OTT on here was to kind of give myself a little bit more texture, but I don't know. I think it's just muddying. I think it's just muddying it up. Let's get rid of that OTT and let's just boost the signal. Yo, that's too loud. Rather than like OTT, over the top compression, I think we're going to use a little bit of LA2A to kind of help normalize the volume of this, and then we're going to set it right in place where we need it. Now, I think that we're way too close to going in the red here, you know, with a lot of stuff here. So let's highlight everything in this mix, and let's just give ourselves a little bit more space. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe that's good. All right. So yeah, it's definitely quieter. I'm also hearing it quieter. But I think it's a good time to maybe turn up your volume in your headphones if you need, you know. For now, I'm just listening at a lower level, just to kind of get a sense of where everything is sitting. Like, for example, this flute kind of sticks out. We're probably going to do a similar trick with that, where we're going to compress it and then regain stage it, right? So let's first of all do this compression on this piano. Let's say LA2A. Get your butt down here. There we go. All right. So we got the LA2A compressor. By the way, I don't know why I'm not in full screen here. Let's get that full screened. Oh boy, using LA2A while live on stream with all these plugins open is giving it some trouble, you know? Let's see where this needle goes. Yeah, I don't want it to lift up too much. I want it to maybe come back to this 3. It's not bad. And I'm kind of thinking I might want to lift some of the highs on this piano, just like a smidge. So just in general, I'm trying to do most of my additive EQs after the compression. I like to cut, you know, so if I'm doing subtractive EQs, which means you are like taking something down or cutting something out, you know, I like to do that before the compression. But when we're doing additive EQs, like we're adding volume, like I'm probably going to do something like this or something like that. I like to do that after we've compressed everything. Okay, I'm kind of regainstaging a bit. That's a beautiful little something there. Gosh, we might really rethink these drums a little bit. Let's see what we got going on here. So we cut the highs, I see. We had this drum bus. If we turned off. It's not bad. The sketch cassette is probably really muting things a bit. Okay, that's not bad. I want to give it a little bit more punch, crunch, texture, something nice here. Let's pull out Decapitator. Or actually, maybe we go straight for Radiator. Let's go straight for Radiator from Sound Toys. Add a little bit of saturation to this. Do we want it before or after the sketch cassette? Yeah, let's do it after. Why not? All right. So let's see what we can do here. Let's see it. Ugh. Man, I'm having a productive ass day, dude. Getting so much done here. Maybe instead of radiator, let's actually try decapitator. I want to try both of these. Maybe we do a little bit of a mixture of both. Really, I'm kind of like saturating these drums a little bit, trying to get a little bit of crunch. But something that's going to, you know, preserve the low end of it, preserve that kick. All right. So here we have decapitator. That's exactly what I was looking for. Yeah, let's just keep it like that. Just opening up that EQ just like a little bit really gave us a lot more fidelity there. Okay. Now, what do we want to do with these piano chops? I say we've got some compression on here. That's not bad. Let's see. This sounds so mono, which is also not a bad thing, but I want to take a look at an imager and just see kind of like what the width of this, if it's like a narrow band or if it's got some width to it. And I'm kind of considering that maybe we use something like microshift to kind of like give us a little bit of width. So let's see it. Let's go for Ozone Imager 2. Let's see. Yeah, we've got a little bit of width here. In fact, maybe we use this to kind of just give us that dash of stereo that we're looking for. We could do that, or let's turn that off and let's go grab microshift and see what this can do. Now, this is going to rely on a little bit of intentional phasing to kind of like give us some width. But, you know, if you're down with some phasing, then like it's not a terrible option for widening something, you know? Like, why not? All right. See, we don't want to go super phased though. I think we just want a little bit of spread. Oh, now this really feels like it's on the sides, you know? I'm not a huge fan though of like how kind of slightly detuned it is. Okay, well, we'll keep in mind the Microshift Classic. Honestly, this one's probably the best. Less phasing, more just clean width. Curious what this looks like. Let's yeah. Wow, that's very nice. I'm also curious about the width of these bird sounds. Oh yeah, they are nice and wide. Okay. Now, let's maybe draw back on this. Oh, you know what? I did something the other day that was kind of interesting. A little bit of reverb before the compression, but it's a little bit more of a short reverb. It's more of a short room kind of stuff. Live resonant. That's kind of what I was thinking. See, that feels a lot more lively and interesting, right? Put this off more in the left. I'm kind of thinking of swapping the sides of this little guitar detail. Maybe we put it off in the left ear, actually. Yeah. Do we want to open up these drums a little bit more? Yeah, that feels pretty good. Oh, that just sounds so good. Also, let's check our max peak value. Wow, -7. Dude, we are sitting very low in our max peak. In fact, just for our own experience, let's turn this up a little bit. That way you guys can hear it a little bit better. I can, turn my headphones down a little bit. But yeah, me as well. Give ourselves like 4 more decibels. Yeah, this is feeling pretty good. And I'm kind of thinking, let's go ahead and pull out an EQ on these saxophones. Let's try pulling that all the way out so we don't have that weird cut, because I think that just repeats. Much better. Much better. Okay. God damn, we're getting places with this. Okay. And really, we're just focused on getting a nice, balanced, rich feel. But I think once we start to master this, it's going to really pull a lot of that richness forward. And I don't think I really want to go heavy on a sidechain feel for this one. Like, this is pretty simple boom bap. Let's keep it simple, you know? Right. Yeah, I think we're about ready to start sending this into a master chain, so... Let's see where we're at. -2.87, that's That's perfect. That's fine. That gives us plenty of room for the Shadow Hill compressor to bring us up a little bit. I think that we're sitting pretty dandy with this mix right now. Just trying to sit here, listen, just like a normal person, and if anything sticks out to me, we'll fix it, but, you know. Feels good. Maybe we can move this violin a little bit. Nice. All right, let's just keep listening, you know, not looking for anything in particular, just letting things kind of jump out at us. You know what? I'm not sure I like having that violin in the right ear and then that piano immediately comes in on the right ear. Let's try left ear for the violin instead. See, these saxophones are leaning a little bit to the left. Now, I feel like it might be more advantageous for them to be in the right ear, but rather than scooting them over to the right, I'm going to swap the left and the right audio. Let's just do that. Let's pull out our utility. Okay. And I'm going to put this as the first thing in our saxophone chain. We're going to swap. Kind of thinking maybe a little bit more reverb on this guy. Let's open up that reverb. Might add a little bit more reverb, a little less volume. Okay, I get it. In fact, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, let's swap. Let's actually put this piano a little bit more in the left ear. And let's put this in the right ear. I know I'm changing everything around. And then this can also go like in the right ear. Okay, this is starting to feel a lot better. Oh, yeah. Dude, that's a good mix. That's awesome. I like this. All right. Yeah, this I think is going to crisp up nicely in the master. Let's listen through this one more time. Minus 1.89. That's okay. We can give ourselves a little bit more room if we need to. In fact, I think we will. We've got a utility on our master giving us plus 4 dB. Love those strings, dude. Hell yeah. Okay, I think we're ready to start mastering this. So let's see what our max peak is. Minus 1.97. I'm going to give myself one more decibel of room. And we're probably going to purposefully raise the volume through compression. I just want to give myself room to really fiddle around with this Shadow Hill master compressor. So let's bust that out. Let's do it. Oh, plugins, that's what I'm going for. All right. Let's bust out this beast of a compressor. All right, here we go. I'm going to enable sidechain. We're going to keep it in stereo mode, which means we're only going to be working with this half of the compressor. Let's start with the optical compressor and kind of move from there. Okay, I need to wait for these drums. Okay. Let's turn that sidechain off and hear that. I think I'm going to keep the sidechain on. Let's pull back on these thresholds a bit. Oh, this is starting to really gel together nicely. All right. Let's back it up a little bit. Make sure that there's no issues being brought up through this compressor, right? Let's hear this. I'm going to listen at a little bit of a louder volume here. You know, I think I want to do a little bit of shifting around. Now that I hear this through the compressor, I kind of want to return to the gain staging and probably do two things. I think I want to turn the piano chopped chords in the background. I want to turn those down, and I think I want to turn the drums down ever so slightly. But before I do that, I'm going to turn off this compressor because I don't want things on the master chain while I'm going back and making changes in the mix. But now that I'm hearing it through this compressor, I'm kind of making a few observations about like how I want this final mix to sound, or the final master, right? So let's turn that off. And I'm thinking, especially because we added so much width on these piano chops, you know, with this micro shift, we could probably turn this down. And yeah, these drums are quite punchy and crunchy, which is good. It's just a little bit overbearing. Kind of turning that up a bit. You see, I'm like really touching this mix a lot more broadly, right? I feel like this is where kind of like gain staging becomes a little bit more subjective. Like how loud these strings should be is kind of subjective, to be honest, you know? It can be kind of as prominent as you want it to be in the mix, so long as it's kind of in a relative neighborhood of loudness, right? Maybe we do keep that down a little bit. All right. Let's hear this all the way through. Make sure that we're feeling good about how this is gain stage. We just changed a lot, you know? Yes. That's good. All right, I think I'm feeling ready to kick that master compressor back on and start really getting to work on our master chain. Let's hear this, how we had it set. Let's hear how that sounds right now. Oh, much louder. But let's hear as the compression kicks in. Hearing it now through this compressor, I feel like it's really like amplifying a lot of the subtle gain stage issues. And I'm kind of already feeling like this piano was way too loud. And that part of that might be because of that discrete compressor, but I'm liking the other things that discrete compressor is doing. So again, back to the drawing board. We turn that off. Let's go listen to this and see if this, if this sounds good. Yeah, now that I hear it, it is a great deal louder than like the piano chords that we have in the background. Let's turn this back a little bit. Actually, maybe a lot of it. Turn this guitar down a bit too. Let's just hear it all the way through. All right, this is sounding so much more balanced. All right, let's back to the master chain. Let's kick that compressor back on. Oh, that feels so much better. Let's hear this from the beginning. Okay. see what our max peak is. Oh, minus 2.53. That is, like, not bad. We still got headroom here. That's good. Basically, now we're going to try to bring it up close to 0. We don't need to get it exactly at 0. We're going to kind of let Ozone, like, get it precisely at 0, but, yeah, I think that's kind of the next course of action here. In fact, I think we're going to do this. We're going to bring this over here, except we're going to set this at minus 2 or positive 2.2. That's actually perfect. I accidentally nudged the knob, but I feel like it's probably about where we want it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to listen through this and just make sure that it's below 0 dB, that the max peak stays below 0 before we start pushing it further with the Ozone maximizer. So let's do that. Okay, and really we're paying attention to this number down here in the bottom right. So oh no, it jumped up. All right. Yeah, it's a little bit too much, I guess. Let's just say it's positive 2 decibels. Let's just do that. All right. Those strings sound so lovely. Alright, we're making good progress here. We're almost there. Oh, it almost jumped. It almost jumped. Okay, now I know. I think where we're gonna run that Ozone is like in this section. So here's what we're going to do now. We're going to just bust out Ozone. I know we're committing a sin that most most mastering engineers would be like, "You bastard, using Ozone?" Yeah. I'm kidding. We're going to pull this out mostly for its maximizer. Now we are going to let it like listen to the music and recommend some bullshit. And I feel like 80% of the time it recommends something halfway decent, but we're going to like A/B test it to make sure that we like it. And we're probably going to really change whatever it recommends. But just for shits and giggles, let's get it in the ballpark of where this should be set and kind of go from there. So let's see. Doesn't sound too different. Oh, it really lifted these because the drums Oh, but that could be really advantageous, you know, because any details that are up above that cut that we made on the drums are going to be brought forward and kind of filling that space. Let's A/B test this EQ, though. Make sure that we like that. About like 3 decibel boost, like up above 10K. I kind of feel like this is making it feel a little bit more energized, giving us that, you know, just kind of boosting the high frequencies a little bit. Because really, I think what it's capturing is like a lot of those like bird details in the background, kind of bringing those forward, but mostly up around like where our drums are cut. So yeah, I think I'm going to keep that. Now, this section. Let's put a true peak. Let's put the ceiling up there. And let's go ahead and bust out our loudness meter. Just a free plugin. Loudness meter 2 by Uleen. And we're going to be measuring our LUFS. Let's just run through it, kind of see where we're at. Nope. Bruh. There we go. I can already tell this is going to be too quiet. Let's start pulling back on this guy. I think this is going to be right in our perfect, like, LUFS range. Minus 8.8 LUFS, it looks like. Of course, we made some changes while it was measuring that. So let's just listen to this one more time. Make sure it's there. Minus 8.9. And that's about where I want it to be, kind of in the middle of my target range, which is about minus 10 to minus 8 LUFS. So good stuff there. Good stuff. Let's bring it back. Let's listen again. Let's do it again. We're definitely hitting a pretty big dynamic range here, which is good. It's not like too overly compressed. I say that until we really get into it. Let's see what this loudness range levels out to. Honestly, I feel like with boom bap music, you can kind of lean on a little bit more of a compressed feel. It's okay to do that, you know? average dynamics is 8.4. It's a little bit more compressed than I was aiming for, but you know, I'm liking the sound that we arrived at, so that's good. That's good. Minus 8.5 LUFS. That's perfect. That is perfect. All right, guys, I think we did it. And you know what? We mixed and mastered 3 tracks today. I guess those first 2 were like pretty well mixed down to begin with. This one we definitely had to put a little bit of work in, but man, I am going to be ready to ship off this album in like no time. If I'm moving at this rate, dude, I've mixed 4 tracks this week of my own. Plus I did one for a client. Plus I'm doing another for a client tonight. Oh my God, dude. I'm a busy mix engineer, man. I'm like fucking flying here. Flying, dude. Yeah, if any of you guys want me to mix your music, I've got my email listed below in the description. Definitely shoot me an email. Reach out if you want to inquire about pricing and all that. Yeah. Dude, thank you guys for watching. I think I'm off to go enjoy a nice cold beer by the pool. It's going to be good. God damn. Wow. I am just flying through this stuff. So anyways, I will see you guys next time. Thanks for hanging out. I'll be live on Saturday doing a 3-hour long studio session. If you guys want to come hang out, I'd love to see you guys there. So anyways, thank you guys. Peace out.